Yeah, no, it's cool. I think thinking about the mobile podcast and where it's at and, you know, how it kind of came to be, we're literally like, one night I thought about it, the next day I woke up and went and bought all the gear. And around that time, my long-term client, Dr. Sam Burrow, he was having a grand opening for one of his practices down in TK. And these grand openings, they're outside, they're super fun. They had balloons, bounce houses, and a bunch of live things going on. So I was like, hey, like it would be really cool if we had like a podcast outside. So I called him up, we talked, and we made it happen. So after we filmed, I took it back and I looked at it and I was like, okay, like sure there was some noise, but like it worked, you know what I'm saying? Like the concept worked, and I think that was the whole point of just taking that risk to try and see if this idea can work. And that's kind of how, you know, it turned to what it is today, where it's headlining, you know, local marketing events here in Charlotte. And I think just understanding that what the goal was initially was to give people this platform. And now when I'm doing these events and I'm seeing these people come through and they sit down and they're smiling and they're laughing and they're, you know, getting these pieces of content, these videos, and they're posting them and sharing them, and they have the ability to do that because of an idea that I created. I think that's just one of the coolest things. Like it's sometimes like I get caught up in like the business and like I don't get a time to like really appreciate, you know, what it is I've done. And it's super dope to just look at it and be like, wow, like this is an idea of mine, and it's awesome that people actually enjoy it and they're partaking in this thing that I also love in creating content and production and all these different things, and we're sharing this thing together and they get something out of it that they can share with people. I just think that's cool, man. And really like where it's at in comparison to where it was, it's just, I don't think I saw it headlining events and it being the main attraction of events. I think it naturally kind of turned into that. But if you would have told me that when I started this back in April 2024, I'd have been like, you're tripping. There's no way. But I don't know. I think to me, like, it's like this consistency of like staying to it, like that's what this represents. It represents consistency for me. Like the mobile podcast idea itself was an idea that didn't really come into shape until about, you know, 2 years into this entrepreneurial path that I've been on for almost 3 years now. And it's like, to think about when I was working for that roofing company and, you know, messing around with the drone and thinking about social media management and bouncing around from idea to idea. And that's what I see when I look at the mobile podcast. Is I see Javier from 2022 when he was just starting. I see something that I've built over the last almost 3 years doing this, and it means so much. It means a lot, because I'm like, you built that, you did it, and not in like an arrogant, prideful way, just more of just like, sometimes as entrepreneurs, we don't give ourselves enough grace to really show ourselves what we've built. Like, yeah, we hear it every now and then, but we don't believe it sometimes. And sometimes you have to look in the mirror and then, you know, look at what you've built and be like, wow, like I did do that. And I think, you know, I'm blessed to have such a good group around me where I hear it and it just, I appreciate it so much. And to those people, you know who you are. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to those that continue to support my dream and what it is I'm doing and continue to invest in this. I just want to say thanks. And I hope one day to have people on this podcast. I'm starting to launch it and I'm getting more people, but I want to have friends, family, and get up there and really make this podcast, you know, a thing. And I'm on like I think I'm on episode 13 right now is where I'm at, and I just want to continue to do it. So yeah,